You see this lapel collar? In this video, I'm going to show you the easiest way, the simplest way, and the fastest way to cut and sew a lapel collar, and the pattern as well. Let's get into it. So here is my lapel jacket. I have a detailed tutorial on this channel on how to draft a lapel jacket pattern. You want to check that out. Okay, so here's my lapel jacket. I've joined everything together. Now from that point to this point is 1.5 inch. Okay, the distance is 1.5 inches plus, that's minus your sewing allowance. So your sewing allowance, then 1.5 inch, that's the distance there, that mark that I did there. Okay, now the next thing I went ahead to do is from that point I'm going to take the circumference of my neckline. Okay, I'm going to take circumference of my neckline. So I measured out my neckline. And I got 21.1 inch. That's what I got. Now this is my pattern paper. The next thing I went ahead to do here is I'm going to draw my starting line. Okay, I just drew a straight line, so I have a starting line. I drew it both vertically and horizontally, so I have a clear path where I'm starting from. Okay, so from the top I marked 3 inches. Okay, I marked 3 inches for the length of this collar. I marked 3 inches for the length of the collar. And before the width of the collar, the width of the collar is 3 inches. Then I went ahead to mark half. Okay, so 21.1 divided by half, I'm having 10.6 inches. So I went ahead to mark 10.6 inches and I added 1 inch seam allowance. Okay, I added 1 inch seam allowance. I also went ahead to do same thing for the bottom, because this is a pattern. You guys know we always draft like half. Okay, if you are cutting it on your fabric, you fold it into 2 and you take same measurement. Okay, so I marked 10.6 inches and I also added 1 cm for sewing allowance. So after doing this, the next thing I went ahead to do was I drew a straight line. Okay, now from the top I marked 1.5 inch. And at the bottom I came in by 2 inches. So after marking 1.5 inch and 2 inches, I just went ahead to use my French curve and I drew a curvy line. Okay, I used my French curve, I drew a curvy line. This is what we have here, guys. Now because we've drawn a curvy line, the length of the collar is no longer 21.1 inches. Like, it's no longer the same, so we have to adjust it back. So I went ahead to mark my 10.6 inches again there. That's plus sewing allowance. Okay, I added sewing allowance to that measurement, remember. So 10.6 inches plus 1 cm sewing allowance, I added it there. Okay, now I'm going to take the distance there so I know what I'm going to subtract at the top. So we have an even line, so it's a straight line, because sometimes even if you just draw a straight line there might be error. Okay, so I wanted to make sure everything is even for the top and for the bottom. Okay, now after doing this, I shaded out that part because that part is where we don't need. We're going to cut it out. So this is what the lapel collar looks like. So after doing this, the next thing I went ahead to do was to add 1 cm sewing allowance to the top. We're not going to add it to the bottom because the measurement for the bottom is meant to be precise with the circumference of the neckline that we have on the lapel. Okay, so I just added sewing allowance to the top part of this collar. I highlighted it with my marker so that you guys would understand. Okay, so you guys will understand what I'm drafting here. So this is the part that we need for this lapel collar. So I just went ahead to tag the collar. I tagged it a lapel collar, and of course this is half part of the collar, so you know that you are going to cut it on a fold, that you need to fold your fabric in 2 when you are cutting it. Okay, now the next thing I went ahead to do after all this is I went ahead to cut out my collar. Okay, I went ahead to cut out my collar. After cutting it out, guys, this is what we have here. Okay, this is the lapel collar. This is how to draft a lapel collar pattern. Now onto sewing the collar. Like I told you guys, you're going to cut this on a fold. Okay, so I folded this fabric into 2 and I went ahead to place my lapel pattern on the fabric, and then I went ahead to cut. Now I'm going to cut 2 pieces of this pattern of the for the fabric. So one is the main piece and one is for turning over, more like the facing. So I cut two different pieces because I want to give this collar a little drama. Okay, so this is the black piece and this is the Ankara piece, and of course this is the lapel pattern. Next I went ahead to do was I applied my gum stay to the lapel collar. Okay, I added my gum stay to the lapel collar, and I just went ahead to I gummed, I ironed. I'm losing English, guys, but you understand what I'm saying, okay? Yeah. So after cutting out the gum stay and make sure everything is in shape, the next thing I went ahead to do was to lay both parts together. You can see that I notched the middle of this collar, both for the Ankara piece and for the black piece. Okay, I notched the center, so I know exactly where my center is, because guys know that with sewing it can be tricky sometimes. Yeah, so I made sure they aligned properly and I just joined it the way I showed you. That is how I joined it. So I took it over to my sewing machine and I joined it end to end. I did not seal the bottom. I did not seal that curvy area. This place I joined is where I'm showing you, because I don't want you to be confused and for you to come and be asking me question. Okay, yeah. So after joining, I went ahead to use my scissors to slit the seam allowance, or to slit the joining allowance, so that it will well relax when I turn it over. After turning it over, I use my barrow to chook out, let me say the way we say it in Nigeria, to push out the pointed ends. Okay, chooking is more like pushing out in Nigeria. Okay, yeah, and I gave it a good press. So after giving it a good press, the next thing I went ahead to do was to run stitches on the bottom part. Okay, I'm just going to run straight stitches on the bottom part to hold the collar in place, because you don't want to be sewing and it is jumping up and down. So after holding the collar in place, the next thing now I went ahead to do is I'm going to secure this collar to the lapel jacket. Okay, so starting from that mark here, the 1.5-inch mark, I went ahead to use my office pin to secure the collar to the jacket. Now I have another tutorial where I showed another easy way to draft this lapel pattern. Even though this is easy, I have several easy ways to do this, so I will link that in the description box and also in the comment section. So after securing the collar to the lapel jacket, the next thing I went ahead to do was to attach the collar to the lapel jacket with straight stitches. If you want to use zigzag stitch, now Ada Ojo use straight stitches. Because you will come, some people will come and be asking me question, guys, sometimes it tire me. Okay, so I went ahead to secure to sew the collar to the lapel jacket, and this is what we have here. Now the next thing I went ahead to do, because of course you can't leave your jacket like this, you can't leave your collar like this. Okay, I went ahead to use my scissors to cut the seam so that it will relax. Okay, now this is my lapel. You guys know that one is lapel collar. This is my lapel facing. So I use the lapel facing to turn over the lapel and also my neckline. And guys, this is the easiest way to sew a lapel jacket collar. Okay, I have a detailed tutorial on how I made this lapel jacket. So any detail maybe you missed here, you are confused, you need to check out my detailed tutorial on how I sewed the lapel jacket, so everything is clear. Thank you for watching. You guys, my channel is struggling, so make sure you like, make sure you drop a comment, so let YouTube know that this video is a good video and you enjoyed it. Do come back for more videos, and I will see you in my next. Bye.